She is a mother, survivor, spiritual life coach, New York Times bestselling author, and star of OWN's award-winning series, Iyanla Fix My Life. Welcome to our show, Iyanla Vanzant. Welcome.
Thank you. How are you this morning?
We're fabulous. We're so glad to have you because this show is very interesting. You go behind closed doors to help people whose relationships and lives have broken down. Let's take a quick look at the season's premiere with rapper and reality TV star Saigon and the mother of his son, Erica Jean. Take a look at this.
But he's lying.
But suppose he really does love you.
How do you love someone and you treat them the way that he treats me and he does to me, and then it's not true?
You create your reality. And it's not Brian's fault that you are in a relationship with a man that calls you names. That's not Brian's fault. You chose him.
Right.
You gotta own that.
Well, Iyanla, I mean, you really have to get real with these people. You got to give them the real advice. Is that hard for you to do?
No.
I don't have a problem with that.
Because what's real is usually what's true, and true will always open new doors for you. What gets us in trouble are the fictional tales that we tell ourselves about what's going on. But the truth is real easy to tell.
And we need to hear it. You know, a lot of the people on your show, they're dealing with issues within their family. I mean, what's going on with American families?
Oh, I think very often American family is in breakdown simply because we haven't told the truth and we haven't been given the tools to build solid foundations in our relationships. So we get into habitual behaviors and we behave badly.
You know, and I love your advice because it's really straightforward for people, and you know, you just kind of tell it like it is, and I think that's why people can relate to you so well. Are you ever scared you're gonna like get someone that really falls off the deep end?
No, I don't consider it advice. I'm not giving people my opinion. I'm not giving people things that I make up. I'm just sharing with them the truth of the reality in which they live. It has nothing to do with me. All I have to do is look at how they're living and call it the truth. And the truth will set you free. It's not going to push you off the edge.
Well, what's interesting is, too, you apply spiritual practices to bring forth inner peace and healing. Does this method of counseling always work?
Actually, whatever you're experiencing in your life is a function of what's going on inside of you. So if you've got upset and chaos and confusion and disruption outside, it's going on inside. So yeah, it always works because we're creating our world in response to what is going on our internal landscape.
I totally agree with that, and you know, that's exactly what our show is all about, and we talk a lot about forgiveness on our show too. So your recent book, Forgiveness, 21 Days to Forgive Everyone for Everything, is all about embracing forgiveness. So what do you think is the first step towards that?
The first step towards forgiveness is, I think, to get clear about the thoughts that you hold. In forgiveness, I don't talk about forgiving people. I think I talk about forgiving the thoughts that you hold, the beliefs that you live by, and the judgments that you make. Because we do that every day towards ourselves, toward people, circumstances, situations. So once we get clear about what we're thinking and forgive those thoughts, what we actually believe and forgive those beliefs, how we judge ourselves and other people and clear those judgments, then forgiveness begins to work in a very different way for you.
Well, and it's interesting because we talk about that all the time, that forgiveness isn't for the other person. You're doing it for yourself, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. We are all born forgiving and forgetting love. Isn't it interesting that people will say, I will forgive, but I won't forget? So what happens is, if you're not giving love, you're not getting love.
Right.
And forgiveness is a way that you can give love.
You are so good. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, the show, Iyanla Fix My Life, airs Saturdays on OWN. All right, we are going to play a game of yes, no now. What appears to be a desperate mother's plea for help has gone viral online. So a Minnesota mom posted a video of her children to a local news station's Facebook page asking for help. In it, her daughter complains of being bullied by her bus driver and other kids.
It makes me feel sad.
Yeah.
And I get scared.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
I know. I know, sweetie. Can you tell me how many times you've been in and told the principal about it?
Like 5.
Okay. Can you tell me what they've done about it?
Nothing.
So the principal of this school says this is the first time he's hearing about this, and things could have been resolved without involving Facebook. And a lot of people are saying, look, I'm glad this story is getting attention. This is what we have to do to sort of blow the whistle on what these schools do, and they don't, take any steps to help. But others are saying it's totally unnecessary. You didn't have to take this personal moment and put it online for the world to see. So what do you think? Was it a good idea to post this video to Facebook?
No, I don't think so.
I have a hard time with this. The only reason I say no is I feel like she should have gone to the principal then.
She should have.
Why are you asking your daughter this and then putting it online?
Well, now you're
Yeah,
exploiting your daughter who's in tears over a situation that she's obviously very sensitive about.
Right, and I think that she's manipulating her daughter's emotions, even in coercing her in the video. I just don't know. I'm not saying it's not genuine, but when a parent does that, the child takes, it's like a moment.
Yeah.
And I think it's inappropriate. And then you don't post it on Facebook.
No.
So what do you say to people then that say, well, sometimes this is the only way to get some action out of these schools, is you have to kind of shine the spotlight on
I think you have to exhaust all avenues before you take this extreme step. And she should have gone to the school herself and said, hey, this is what my daughter is saying. I need to make sure that this isn't happening. And then after you've done everything, then go and
give it to the news.
Give it to the news.
All right, here's our next question. So you just got engaged, you want to show off your fancy new ring to the world, maybe you do a little selfie, but what about the sad state of your hands? Well, apparently that's the thought process for many women, because hand lifts are now a thing. What's a hand lift? Well, it's just a little $1,200 cosmetic procedure that supposedly restores and replenishes lost volume in the hands via a filler called Juvederm. There's been a jump in the procedure. Many people say it's all in the quest to get that perfect shot of the bling. So I want to know, though, because this is really interesting that this procedure is jumping in popularity. Has the selfie trend finally gone too far? Is this just ridiculous?
It didn't take this story for me to say yes.
You guys can get one of these. I have old hands. I don't know. If I could just shoot a couple things in it.
$1,200?
People pay a lot more for a lot different procedures. I mean, if that's what bothers you, I don't know. You think it's ridiculous?
I'm all over it. Why not? Yeah.
We're talking about embracing your flaws today, ladies.
I know, but it doesn't mean I have to show them to everybody. I can embrace it and just,
I got veins sticking out in my hands, and I don't care. Oh, you're going to want to get a close-up of the veins in my hands?
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. They're flawed. They're flawed. I don't care.
All right, so she called us out. Hey, we got a really cool story to share with you guys. Teens, they coordinate colors and they coordinate their dress and their suits together for the prom or whatever. Well, this is really cool. A group of teens added surgical masks to their attire. They did it for their friend, 18-year-old Jared Hill, who was diagnosed with cancer. He had to go through chemo. The only way he could go to prom was to wear a surgical mask. So guess what? His girlfriend and all of the people who went with him wore a surgical mask. They took an awesome group photo right here with everybody wearing it, and we just think it's great. So we wanted to give them a kudos for banding together and doing something awesome. Pretty good stuff. All right, there's no question makeup is a tool we use to cover up everything, but underneath it all is some inspiration. We got a really cool story to show you when we return.